Hello, my dear students, and welcome to your English online class. Today is Monday, June the 1st, 2020, and my name is teacher CosmeRobalino. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is movies. So I hope you really have lots and lots of fun. Okay, so as you can see, now we are on unit number 7 in your Achievers B1 book. And we are on pages number 72 and 73. So before we listen and read the article called Encounters an Exciting New Thriller, let's take a look at the questions that we have right here so we know what we need to look for. So the questions says, find words in the text that mean a best-selling film, all the words, sounds, and music in a film, the place where the filming is done, the group of people who work in a film, and the dialogue, acting, instructions, and scene directions of a film. Okay, so we'll come back here after we read and listen the article.
Encounters, an exciting new thriller. Meet the Crew by Gabriella.
Do you ever read the credits at the end of a film and think, wow, look at all those people. What do they do? On big Hollywood blockbusters, a lot of people are involved. Some jobs are easy to understand. A producer is the person who gets the film made. He or she raises the money, chooses the director and other key people, and checks every stage of the film process. And we know the director directs. But what are some of those other strange jobs? When you're filming, you often have problems with noise, such as traffic or wind. It's difficult to record all the sounds you need, so they are added in the studio afterwards. Foley artists are the people who make those noises on the soundtrack. They can do footsteps, breaking glass, everything. Lights and lighting are very important in filmmaking, so the gaffer is a very important person. He or she is the head electrician and is in charge of the lighting crew. Being a location manager can be glamorous. Location managers find the places where you film. They visit lots of places to find the perfect places to film in. Now it's time to introduce our film crew, and it's a lot smaller. I'm the producer, director, and camera operator. Sometimes my stepbrother, who loves filming, helps me with the camera. The screenplay, which Justin wrote in only 2 weeks, is actually pretty amazing. It's very fast and funny and has some great action sequences. Justin is also great on computers, so he's our film editor too. Natalie is our sound recordist and composer. She records the dialogues with a special microphone. She also composes the music, and she even plays all the instruments. And our actors, they are all friends and people that we know. We start filming tomorrow. So follow our blog and see what happens after I say action.
Isn't that interesting and exciting? Of course it is. So now let's go to the exercise, right? And I'm going to write the answers and then we are going to check. Okay. Okay, so a best-selling film is a blockbuster. All the words, sounds, and music in a film is the soundtrack. The place where the filming is done is the location. The group of people who work in a film is the crew. And the dialogue, acting instructions, and scene directions of a film is the screenplay. So let's click on the check button. Maybe it's going to say something, but oh, wow, bingo, they are all correct. Okay, let's move on. Now, there is another exercise, right? The exercise number 2, where now we have very specific questions about the people involved. And all this information, if you remember, is on the second part of the article, where it says, now it's time to introduce our film crew. Okay, so let's write the answers and then we can check. Okay, so Gabriela is the producer, director, and camera operator. Then her stepbrother helps with the camera. Then Justin wrote the screenplay and is the film editor. Natalie is the sound recordist and composer. And the friends and people that they know are the actors. Now, the name of their film is Encounters. What kind of film is it? It's a thriller. And when is the film going to start? The next day. Okay, well, let's click on the check button to see what happens. Okay, let's okay, I said the producer, film editor, and the actors. Okay, so let's okay, it's the same, so we are totally correct. Okay, very good. Let's move on. Now we go to a vocabulary exercise on the next page, where we have different kinds of movies, right? These 6 movies, and some of them you may know or you may be familiar with. Okay, so we can start with probably The Hobby, right? Because it's a fantasy film. That's what we can say about The Hobbit, right? Then we know that the Pirates of the Caribbean is an adventure film, and it's also a fantasy film, right? It's a fantasy film. Okay, so we don't have that, but anyways, we already used it in The Hobbits. Okay, well, what about Lincoln? For sure, it's a historical film, but also a drama. What about Paranormal? Well, we know that it is a comedy, right? And another comedy could be over here, right? Okay, and what about the Avengers? Well, the Avengers could be also an adventure film, right? And action film. Okay, there you go. So maybe we are missing a fantasy film here, but let's check. Okay, they are all correct. Wow. All right, very good. So now we have another listening exercise. This is an interesting listening exercise because we are going to pay attention to what happens, and we have to identify what kind of film it is. Okay, so let's listen, and then we are going to write down the genre or the kind of movie. Okay, so let's pay attention.
1.
Stop!
What is it?
Did you hear that?
It's coming from in there.
Don't open that door!
2. Miss Anderson,
Mr. Marriott,
I hope you are enjoying the party.
It's most pleasant, Mr. Marriott, but I'm afraid my carriage is outside, and my father wishes to leave.
Perhaps another time we might enjoy a dance, Miss Anderson.
Perhaps, Mr. Marriott.
3.
Oh, Scott, could you maybe read in the other room and turn off the light?
The light isn't on.
What? Then where's that light coming from?
Up there, in the sky. I don't know what it is, but it's getting bigger. 4. And you had a perfect alibi, didn't you, Harrison? Because you were seen by everybody at the party at the time Johnson went missing. But you forgot one small detail in your perfect plan.
Oh, yes. And what was that?
5.
So, anyway, this is where we have lunch. These are my friends, Brad, Chuck, and Naomi. Guys, this is Francine.
Hi, Francine.
Hey, Francine. Welcome to the most boring school in California.
Cut it out, Naomi. She's just got here. It's okay here, really. And so is Naomi, when she wants to be.
Ooh.
6.
It was you all along. How stupid of me. You knew that Stephanie was never going to give you that money, and you set the whole thing up, didn't you, Ryan?
You're a smart guy, Tommy. I knew you'd figure it out soon enough. But now, I'm afraid I'm gonna have...
Okay, so let's see. The first one obviously was a horror film for sure. The number 2 was a historical film. What about number 3? Well, that was a science fiction or sci-fi film, right? The number 4 is obviously a crime film. The number 5 was a teen film, rather annoying. And the number 6 was a thriller. Okay, so are you ready to check the, you ready to push the check button? Of course you are. And they are all correct. Excellent. Very good. So let's go back to our main page. Okay, so we are back on our main page. And if you want to sneak into what's going to happen next, in our next video, well, I can show you very quickly, right, that we are going to talk about great movie moments, and also the grammar will be about relative clauses, defining and non-defining. Okay, but that's in the future. So let's go back to our main page. Okay, and well, my friends, my dear students, I think that's all the time we have for today. Okay, so as I was saying, this is all for today. Thank you very much for paying attention to the videos. Don't forget to ask any kind of questions that when we are in session, in the Zoom session, about either the video, the vocabulary, or any other aspect of the video, or even about the class. It's important that you participate, that you interact in class with the material that we are presenting for you guys. Okay, thanks again. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you around. Bye-bye.